Well, hello everybody and good evening. I am just letting everybody tune in here and I am looking for Lindsey Kallos, who's going to be joining us. So, give me 1 second to make sure that I can find her. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great night wherever you are. If you're on East Coast time like I am, it's 8 o'clock. I might have my pajamas on from the waist down. You'll never know. If it's Pacific time, it is 5 o'clock. You're probably just getting off work. You're traveling home, and most likely you're somewhere in between. And you're on that voyage home, maybe from work or getting dinner ready or whatever. And I am super excited to spend a little bit of time with you. Hi everyone. Hi Julie. Hi Lori. So we have got an amazing guest tonight that I am so excited for you to hear about. This woman is pretty amazing. Her name, oh, there she is now. Hang on, Lindsay. I want you to be in my video. We're going to ask her right now to join. Here, introduce her while we're looking at her because she was on the ball. Sometimes I have to wait for somebody to get in, but not this time. Here she comes. Hi, Noelle. Hello, Maryland. I bet you're getting snowed in like I am in Ontario tonight, too. Hi, Amy. Hey, Tristan. Hello, Pamela. What a nice surprise to hang out with you two. And Charlotte. Oh, I know Pennsylvania is getting snowed in like I am. Okay, we are adding Lindsay as we are waiting. Sometimes Facebook takes a few moments to click over. We have a love-hate. Hey, Bree. Hey, Andrea. All right, Lindsay's trying. She's putting the force out there into the Facebook land. I'm not sure why it's taking a few. Hey, Francois Thomas. Hello, Western alum. Woo! Now called Western, you know, no longer UWO. We have to like amend, which is funny. Hi, Ann. Hey, Lori. All right, I think Lindsay, did it work? No answer from the guest. Okay, Lindsay, try to join us again. Hey, Kelly. We're going to see if we can get her in here right now. All right, I've approved you. Let's hope that Lindsay is on there. Oh, there. Oh, here we go. I mean technology. How are you?
Hey, am I too close?
You need to put earbuds in.
Okay.
Yeah, or it's gonna echo. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
There we go. So much better. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Okay, I'm so excited to talk to you. I look very white because I have a light on, but it is very dark. So I put the light on. Let me turn this down a little bit so I don't look quite so ghostly, but there we go. All right. Well, hi, you guys. I am very excited to spend a little bit of time with you tonight. Depending where you are, it's already 8 o'clock. It might be 5 o'clock. It might be somewhere in between. Let me try to get this a little bit brighter. All right, there we go. And Amy is on East Coast time, so am I. Are you wearing your pajamas?
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I've got on the zip cobalts. The zip
not
over
even from like the waist down. You're not even, you're full.
Oh, we're not looking from here down.
Nobody would know. I know.
No.
Well, welcome, Lindsay, and welcome. I'm not going to tell you what I'm wearing from the waist down. Go look at my Insta story. Welcome, Lindsay, and welcome everybody that is watching. We have about 200 people just joined in, so just wait a couple more minutes to get started. But I'm so excited that Lindsay's here and technology has been with us. My name's Danielle Redner. I am the Chief Inspiration Officer at Stella Dot. And Lindsay, who's joining us tonight, is one of our newest leaders who is just like burning it up. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her in a minute. Lindsay, I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready. Like I was
I'm
ready, obviously. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her in a minute. And then how this is going to work, we're just going to ask her some questions. And she's going to share with us what it's like to be a Stella Dot stylist and leader. And she has great perspective on that because it's relatively new for her. In fact, she just joined us at the end of 2018. What month was it, Lindsay?
It was November 17, actually.
Oh, 17. Okay, so a little over a year ago. In that last year alone, she made close to $20,000, and in that time was able to do this as a part-time gig, making an extra 20 grand as like a side hustle with 3 little boys. How old are they?
They are 7, 9, and almost 12.
Okay, so 3 pretty little pretty little guys.
Yes. Yes.
And doing this sort of as like a side gig, really, to being a mom, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So you're going to get to hear a little bit about that from her. She is married. She lives in Johns Creek, which is apparently like hot up and coming suburb of Atlanta. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I feel like things are happening. And even though she is in this small area, she's got a few team members, a few people that she met who are in her neighborhood, which is great. She's building community there. And last year, in fact, she promoted. So if you're watching this and you're not familiar with how our company works, when we don't pay a ton of corporate trainers to go out there and meet people. What we do is we empower our stylists. And if you're out there and you're meeting somebody and they're like, wait, what do you do? You mean you get to talk about this? By the way, it's Valentine's Day week, so I thought this was appropriate. You get to talk about this. You get to wear this. You get to do all this. By the way, these earrings, if you don't have these, like, hello. There's like 8,000 things you can play with them. It's like Polly Pockets. It's very fun. Okay, so you get to do that, and you're willing to help someone else get started. Then you earn what we call team commissions for helping them. And Lindsey did that so well last year that she actually promoted 2 levels in our career path. So she became what we call a star, which is this great sort of part-time position where you're leading a team of 4 or 5 other people. And then she went right on to duplicate herself and become what we call an associate director. So you had a good year.
I did. I had a wonderful year.
You're like, I'm all in, girl. All right, well, without further ado, I think everybody has joined in now. Tell us, Lindsey, first of all, how did you find out about Stella Dot, and what made you want to become a stylist?
I found out about Stella Dot when I was invited to a trunk show, actually. And it's been probably 5 or 6 years, I think, I went to a trunk show. I was really good friends with the stylist, and she was working here in this area. And then I attended another trunk show. So I had all these Stella Dot pieces. So that's how I knew about it. But then becoming a stylist, my upline, Erin Rhodes, who we all know is a Heart of Leadership director, she was my neighbor, and we became really good friends. And she just said, hey, I think you would be great at this. And it was one of those things where I thought, well, what do I have to lose here? What do I have to lose?
So yay, Erin, for having the courage to just say to you, hey, maybe you might want to do this too.
Yes, absolutely, because, you never know. And it wasn't even in my brain. So she made me feel confident that I could do this.
Had you ever done anything like this before? What's your background?
My background is a business degree in management, and I was a production planner for an apparel company. And then I went into real estate briefly, and then I started having babies. So that was it. So I've never, been part of direct sales per se.
Or fashion, or even really sales, it sounds like, too much.
No, not really.
Yeah. That's interesting because most of our stylists have not. And so you're not, I actually love that because it's sort of, we're a little bit different. It appeals to somebody who maybe hasn't thought about those things in the past. So, and do you work another job now in addition to Stella Dot?
I do not. This is my gig.
Full-time.
That's right. That's right.
And it works flexibly with your family.
It does. That's the main thing.
It's the flexibility. Okay, so tell me then. So you decided, okay, your friend, neighbor says to you, you might want to do this. You say, okay, maybe I would do this. You decide to pull the trigger and you just go for it. So how did you get started? And what are your top tips for how you got started, or how did it work for you?
Well, how it worked for me was that it was right around the holidays. It was actually a day before Thanksgiving. I'm kind of ahead of the game a lot. Everyone will tell you I'm a little bit OCD, and I was trying to go see Santa even before Thanksgiving and check the box. And Erin called and she said, so it was the day before Thanksgiving, and I actually posted it on Facebook. Hey, I'm doing something kind of out of my comfort zone. And that night I booked a trunk show. So I was like, wait a minute. What? Because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this. So it kind of turned into just that people really, if they knew about it, they wanted to see it. And then as soon as I put it in front of them, and then it just grew from there. And then I started going into businesses and popping up. And then it's just kind of, once you see it, you can't help yourself. People want it. So that's how it worked for me.
And so did you booked that first style session or trunk show, and then did you like go and do that, and then how did it kind of evolve from there? I think people always think, well, how would I don't know that many people. How would I keep it going? So how did that work for you?
Okay, so that worked because then people that came to that style session, they have now become repeat customers. And then I go to the gym with her. So then I went and set up a table at that gym. And then people approached my table, and one girl said, I'm not going to shop today, but I'd like to book a trunk show after the holidays. So then that trunk show happened, and then I booked another show. So it just kind of kept going from there.
Work from there. Okay. So then tell me, that's how it got started. What have some of the rewards been of doing it? Obviously, you had a great year last year. You helped others. I mean, you went from, for our stylists that are watching, you went from stylist to Heart of Leadership star in a year, which is a big deal. You didn't just promote twice. You were like consistent at that level and continued to promote. So tell me, how did that, what's been the best part? Well, you tell me.
Okay. So outside of the income and my husband going, wait, what? You're going to put money in our kids' college fund? Outside of that excitement from inside my home, I found out that I could do something that I found out so many things about myself. And the most rewarding thing, I say this over and over again, is my team. And just finding that I had this leader inside of me that I did not know was there. I'm fired up and on fire and always happy when my team is happy. So seeing these girls go, gosh, you're having a good time. What are you doing? I would love to join. Can you help me? And the fact that I'm surrounded by all these women. On top of that, meeting all of you guys. I was at Hoopla. I went to Hoopla by myself in my car, not knowing anyone. I had a roommate, and I just...
Tell everybody what Hoopla is.
Oh, God. You all have to go. Hoopla is our annual conference where we all get together and really unite and meet each other, and you come out learning so much, and your business takes off. And you make friends for life, and that is another thing is that, I mean, I could get a little, it's getting dusty a little bit in here, but there are people that I talk to every single day that live in different states that I become lifelong friends with, and they are now also mentors of mine. So,
well, I see that you're getting lots of love from people on your team and who know you, who are like, you are so good at this. Okay. So obviously the leadership skills and the community sounds like they're huge. The conference, I couldn't agree more. Talk to me about your love of the product and how you find that works with people, and then also maybe some of the other perks.
Oh my gosh. The product, I love the product. Like I said before, I've been a customer for years, and in fact, the Sutton was one of my very first pieces, and I still have it, so that's been around for a long time. I love the versatility of it. I love that it's always on trend, that it's always moving forward. I love that we have gone into apparel. That has taken our business like crazy. I mean, I haven't been around long, but I've been around long enough to see the difference from the beginning to now. And I feel like we're just starting, we're just taking off, and it's the versatility. And then there's something for everyone. So I truly, truly love what I'm selling. I've been asked to sell many things over the years, and I have to say, this was kind of easier for me because you have to really be proud of and truly love what you do and what you're trying to sell to people and share with people.
One of the things I think too that I love that point, because one of the things I think really sets our product apart for anyone who's watching and wondering how our product is designed. Show you this like a more pouch, for example, and the ColourPop earrings I have on, which come with all these different pieces that you can add on, and then you can see that Lindsey's wearing our side zip sweatshirt. Do you want to stand up and show us how it zips?
Oh, they're gonna see my pajamas.
That's okay.
See?
Looks so cute. Adorable.
Just kidding.
Here we love it. You can front tuck it. Here I'm gonna show, and this is the Tatum top that I'm wearing. And same thing. It has this cute tie. You can side tie it. The earrings Lindsey has on, the heart necklace. We love that one, especially for Valentine's Day. Those ones are gorgeous. So all of our product is, I think one of the things that really sets it aside is that we develop our product just like any couture designer would. So our design team, which is based in Soho, New York, led by our incredible Chief Creative Officer, Blythe Harris, they literally, I have truly been with Blythe, like walking down the sidewalk and she sees a leaf or something and she's like, oh, and she's like inspired. I'm like, that's a leaf. She's like, no, that's our next necklace. And she draws it and they sketch it and they design it and then they model it in that studio in New York. And then we produce it. And from the time she thinks of it till it gets to your customer, we own that entire process. So if you're ever seeing another product that looks like something we've done, it's just because I always say imitation is the greatest form of flattery and somebody's knocking us off because we started the trend. But it's nice to know that, and our apparel is designed in the same way, that you've really got this great design team behind you. So I'm sure you hear that all the time when you're out sharing the product.
Yes. I mean, I definitely, and people also, the compliment, people compliment how our display looks, how unique everything is, how gorgeous the presentation is, how much fun and how relaxing just coming into someone's home and having some wine with your girlfriends and the whole bit is. And back to your comment about the design, that blew me away at Hoopla last year, was to see Blythe get up there and the pride and what she does and the thought she puts into everything. How can you not just fall in love with it even more and just feel even closer and more attached to what you're offering to your customers?
I love that. And then talk to me about free product too, because I love all the things you mentioned. You were like, well, the money, the community, the product, the conference, all that. But we also love getting free perks. And when you start, to anyone who's considering, we have this great program for the first 2 months called Jumpstart. And then we have more ways that people can earn product. Do you want to touch on that for a second and what that means to you?
Absolutely. So it's super important, especially in your Jumpstart, that you have all of this opportunity. And so you get out and you hit your goals and you're going to be given, all this, extra product credit. And then throughout just the months going forward, as you sell that new program that just came out, and the opportunity to have more product credit is even more increased, and you have more incentive to get out there, because it helps the new stylists too, to really build up what they can bring and show at their style sessions, or their pop-ups, or really be able to wear and see and share.
Yeah, do you remember how much free product you got in your first 60 days?
I don't, but I remember it took me a minute.
It's so much. Would you safely say hundreds?
Oh, safely. Yes. Yeah. But it didn't take me long to feel confident in what I had,
Great.
To go out and share in homes and things like that.
Yeah.
It did not
and
take
then we have this great program that takes off after that, just so everybody knows. So for your first 2 months, you're earning based on what you sell and helping a friend come along. We call it the Bring Along a Friend bonus. And then months 3 on, after that ends, we have this monthly product credit program where every single month you just have the same program month after month after month, and you can earn anywhere from $50 right up to $300 in free product every month. So you can bank it up over the year, and I think that's really fun.
For sure.
Okay, let's shift gears. We talked about what you love about it. We talked about how you got started. I want to talk a little bit about how you fit it into your life with 3 young children and a husband and a life and all the other stuff you do. So how many hours a week do you spend? Got any tips on how you make it fit?
I was trying to think about that, actually. I think that at the moment I'm spending 10 to 15 hours a week. And I mean, but that does include what I'm doing in the morning. So how it fits in my life is that I'm getting up in the morning before my family does, and I'm doing if it's my social media posts or if it's my brainstorming or whatever I'm doing, then it's going to be throughout the day, any lunches or any coaching calls or just anything that I'm doing to help work with my stylist. And then it's customer service. There's, you're going to have someone who needs help buying something, or, they can't decide what they want, or they need gift ideas. So and then trunk shows or style sessions, or pop-ups. So it depends on where I'm at during the week and how often I'm out and about. But it's so manageable because it's flexible, and I can just really schedule it. I make sure that I schedule it to fit around my children. And I do have a creeper over here, by the way.
Well, he's not really that creepy. He's kind of cute. But
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, but that's what we love about it. That you can, I'm sure, work around their schedule. You're not tied to a desk. But where do you fit your 10 to 15 hours in a week? Do you sort of have a typical week, or is it different every week?
Sorry. So ask me that again. Is it typical to be 10 to 15, or is it
Or
different every
the way you fit it in? Do you fit it in the same way every week, or does it depend on the week?
No, it depends on the week, so it just depends on what I have scheduled and, with the kiddos and sports and things like that. So it could be 20 hours, but it's what I want it to be. So if I have a huge goal, I'll work more than that if I need to.
So you earned last year alone, you earned about $20,000 doing this on the side. What'd you do with it? Anything special you want to share?
I held on to it. I hoarded it because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And then when my husband and I looked at taxes and all this at the end of the year, he was like, oh my gosh, this can be like, what do you think about putting money into the kids' college fund? And I thought that made me so proud to do. And of course we've been, doing what we can, but to be able to put a large chunk like that was a huge impact with 3 boys, and they all want to go to college.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to just come up with $20,000 out of nowhere,
right.
and to be able to have it as a side gig like that. Hey,
Right.
congratulations. That's amazing. You should be so proud.
I am proud. I am.
Yeah, I can see your team is so proud of you because they're all commenting. Okay,
I love that.
couple last questions. You didn't know how to do this, obviously, before. You said you had never done anything like this before. How did you learn? Because I'm sure there are other people watching who are like, oh, hell no, I don't know how to do this. So how did you learn how to go and do a style session or help somebody else do it?
Okay, so I asked a lot of questions. So first and foremost, all the uplines, sorry, I'm just over my words just because there's so much support. So just picking up the phone was one thing, but you guys provide the most amazing training and the videos and the tools and the technology. I can go onto our app Mimi and I looked up, how do I do the group hello or whatever it is that I want to get better at. There's some sort of training there, and it's simple and it's not long and drawn out. You guys have really have a program that helps us to all be successful and quickly. It doesn't drag on and you don't feel like you're never going to get it. It's right at your fingertips.
It's easy. It's simple. Tell us about, you mentioned Mimi, and some people were probably like, what's Mimi? So do you want to explain what that is?
Mimi is our digital coach, right? It's our app that you can do so many things on. You can train, you can share images, you can actually connect with your customers that way with sharing them a shopping cart and getting them connected with our product and what you think that they would love. And it's just, there's so much more with it. I mean, but I use it every single day, every day.
So it really makes your business on the go. We know that about over 80% of our stylist interactions with their business is done from their phone. People aren't really sitting at like their computers anymore. I mean, a desktop, has anyone ever even seen one of those lately? But even on a laptop, people are just doing it mobilely from their phone. So our app is really an industry changer. No one else really has anything like it. And it can literally mean that while you're at your other job, which 86% of our stylists do have other jobs outside the home. So they're on their lunch hour. I don't know, maybe they're sitting at their desk. I think some of that's going on at the other job. Maybe under their desk. Maybe on their lunch hour, on their commute, whatever, they are, able to just send out those images, those warm-ups, get that information that they need, all of that just from their phone. And it's done through a really intuitive proprietary app where it just makes it so simple. So I think that's a huge part too. I saw a question go by, someone saying, what advice would you give to someone who works full time? And I don't know, Lindsey, if you can speak to that because you are home with your kids full time, but you're balancing kids, which that's like the ultimate full-time job. But I'm sure you have people on your team that work other jobs as well.
Yes.
Any tips for a person?
I think that it's really just, someone made some comment the other day about just diving in and then figuring it out. It's so easy that if you want to just do weekend pop-ups or evening style sessions, or if you wanted to work online, I do have a couple of ladies on our team. One is a real estate agent. She works full time. She's super busy, but she still figures out what works for her. She's got children and just got married, and there's something for every single type of person. So I would not be scared if you have a full-time job. In fact, sometimes I feel like when I had a full-time job, I was way more productive, when I had more to do. So I really do think I wouldn't be scared.
I think there's something to that. Busy people get things done, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Last thing I want to ask Lindsey, and thank you for all of the great comments and questions. Yes, she is a natural, and I will tell you, we have such great support. Lindsey's team and upline leaders were telling me all day how great you were, and so I was very excited to get to spend time with you. Someone who might be watching this might be thinking, okay, well, this sounds great for Lindsey. And by the way, I do want to review that we have 2 sign-up options right now, which are really simple and really great. You can choose to go with a pre-sale or pick your own $500 worth of product for $99, or you can take a we choose easy button option of $1,000 worth of products for $199. If you go to StellaDot.com, you will find those options under the Be a Stylist option. So take a look there. But no matter which option you look at, I think people sometimes think, well, sounds fun, she's great, but I'm not sure now's the right time. And I'm sure you thought that when you first talked to Erin too. So what advice would you have to somebody who might be considering and just doesn't know when?
Oh man, I think you just go for it, because every person I talk to says they wish they would have signed up sooner. Because I know timing is everything, but the timing, I feel like the time is now. We're about to go into spring. We just launched our spring collection. What we have to offer is amazing, and what we're doing now is just going to build what we want to grow for 2019. So to me, it's why not now? And I think going for it, I wish I would have started sooner. I really do. And I would say pretty much all the girls on my team would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
So
it's never
there's
going to be
always
the perfect time, but
no.
I remember meeting this great woman in Chicago, and she was like, I just don't know if now's the right time. And I was like, well, if now's not the right time, when is going to be the right time? There's never going to be that time where you're like, oh, yes, I've got a whole week with nothing to do. It's probably never going to happen, at least not any time before you're 80.
No.
So let's not wait till you're 80. And probably when you're 80, you'll still have things to do. So let's not wait till then. I agree. I think that now's a great time. All right. Well, any final piece of advice or nuggets you might have?
Oh my gosh. I think that if you can just think about what it is that you are looking for and what your why is, and I feel like I can speak. This has blown my world up in an amazing way. And I just think that when I kind of finally figured out, well, why am I doing this? Or why am I even listening to this video? And why am I talking to people about it? Something's tugging at you, and you should listen, So I just think that you just join in and see what it's about. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to do anything but
Lindsey,
grow you.
That's a great question to end on. Why are you doing this?
I do this for myself, to have one thing for me. And I'm also feeling like I'm learning and growing as a woman, and learning about how to be stronger and just more independent. And I love the fact that I'm in my 40s and I'm learning things about myself I didn't know. So I'm doing this for myself, and it's bleeding into the family in a positive way too. My kids are very proud, and my husband too. So that's my why.
Lindsey Kallos, it's getting a little dusty in Canada right now too. Thank you.
My husband's Canadian, by the way, Danielle. I meant to tell you that.
I knew that you had a special little something about you.
That's right.
Listen, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Really heartfelt words. I think that's why everybody does it, and I love your advice on figure out what's tugging at you, whether it's finances, community, and making friends. In your 40s, we're both in our 40s, it's hard to meet friends. Shockingly hard to make new friends after, kind of adulthood. So whether it's you love the product, you love the people, you love the community, you're looking for an income opportunity, we would love to have you. And Lindsey did a great job of explaining that. So if you are watching this and you're thinking anything more, I mean, she's pretty great. She's probably no different than you are. So
That's
if you're
right.
thinking, you're thinking to yourself, although she is married to a Canadian, so she's got an edge. That's an inside joke because I'm Canadian. Fair, give me that. If you're thinking about it and you're watching this tonight, we'd love to have you as a stylist. Go to StellaDot.com. You can check out both sign up options. And if someone invited you to this webinar tonight, make sure that you let them know when you sign up, you indicate them because they'll be your number one support. They'll help you. But if you don't know anybody, then we will assign you to a great mentor in your area who's close to you, who will be able to help you as well. And either way, we got your back. So thank you guys for joining us on this very snowy, depending where you are, Tuesday night. And Lindsey, thank you. You did a great job. I know you were nervous. Nobody knew.
Thank you. Good.
Have a great night.
Bye.